This is exactly how to prevent your Google Merchant Center from being banned. The worst thing that can happen for your e-commerce store is getting your GMC banned, which means you can't run feed ads, you can't run shopping ads, you can't even run the best part of PMAX. So you want to do everything that you can to avoid a GMC suspension. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly everything you need to do, a step-by-step checklist that you can follow to make sure that you do not get suspended on GMC. If you want access to this full checklist on screen, it's part of our full e-commerce Google Ads course. It's got 13 modules, free bonuses, literally everything you need to scale your e-commerce brand. It's number 10 here, which is the GMC checklist. If you want a copy of this, just download it for free. Click the first link in the description, put in your email, and I'll send it to your inbox in seconds. And by the end of this video, you will have a bulletproof GMC account, which means that you're basically guaranteed not to get suspended as long as you're still in the good books in Google's eyes, which is all that matters, so that you can scale your e-commerce brand with the best campaigns on Google Ads, Google Shopping, PMAX, take advantage of the placement which is made for e-commerce, which is shopping, and sleep well at night knowing that your GMC isn't going to get banned by some shenanigans that Google's going to throw at you because you followed this checklist. So that being said, let's just get into it. There's 34 items on this checklist. There's no other sexy way other than just going through these one by one. So what you can do is, as I go through them, pause it, go check that it's on your GMC. And if it is, great. If it's not, you can change it right away. That's the action I want you to take in this video. And then once you've done it, you can come back and just go through these step by step. And then once you're done by the end of this video, you'll have a bulletproof GMC account for your e-commerce brand. You'll never get suspended and you'll be good to go. They're split into different categories. You've got payment and checkout, product listings, branding, shipping information, returns, legal compliance, contact info, and store design and performance. Each of these has its own frequency, stuff that you should do daily, stuff that you should do weekly, monthly, and just once. So there's a lot to cover here. Let's just get started. First one, you want to maintain SSL security on your checkout pages. Google requires this on your checkout for secure transactions. So just make sure your checkout URL starts with https://. Most websites do this, but if you don't, fix this. Really easy win here. Next one in checkout is testing all your payment methods. Make sure you test your PayPal, your credit cards, your Bitcoin, Klarna, your Afterpay, any other stuff that you have in terms of a payment method. If the customer can't complete your purchase, then that's going to be a bad customer experience. Google's going to try and go through your checkout as well to make sure that it's compliant. If it isn't, then this is a really easy fix. Plus you want to fix this anyway. Because you can list the payment method, but if the payment method isn't actually working within the GMC, then that's actually an error and they're going to suspend your account for that. Next is reviewing the final price for transparency. If you have any sales taxes, particularly on the state, if you have any shipping discrepancies, depending on where you're shipping to, all of this needs to be fully reflected within the checkout. And Google's going to go through your checkout with all the different configurations of where you are, sales tax, where they're shipping to make sure that the price is reflected and accurate to the data that they have within Shopify and within the GMC that which you set up yourself. So you just want to make sure that your taxes are set up, your shipping fees set up, you show the final price before payment, and then you can also run test orders to confirm accurate calculations in this as well. Then lastly, for payment and checkout, any discount code functionality, you just want to test this. Your promotion isn't even going to go live in GMC if you can't apply the code within the checkout. Google's going to test that before your promotion even goes live. But if there are any promotions which you're actively running on GMC, which happen to be approved, but then they go down, that's a massive flag. You want to test this and make sure all your promotions are working as part of your GMC setup. Next is around your product listings. So you want to review all your product claims for accuracy. Remove any exaggerated claims or any unverifiable claims. Stick to factual benefits and features. And if you are using scientific claims, well, first of all, good luck, because Google's not really going to care in the first place, but you do want to actually provide credible resources, not only in terms of your shopping listings, product descriptions, but also on your landing page specifically. False and misleading claims can cause misrepresentation, they can cause unreliable claims, they can cause clickbait on your ads. You never want this. So just make sure that if you are selling something which is in the health space or you are making claims, make sure that they're accurate, make sure that they aren't sensationalized. You can use direct response principles, but you do also want to tread on the side of carefulness when you are running GMC stuff. And to be fair, this is the biggest thing that hits brands, so you just want to check this and make sure that it works. Next, verify review authenticity and recency. I know you dropshippers, you like to fake all your reviews just for a quick buck, but if you're trying to do that on Google Merchant Center, it's not going to be the case. You want legit reviews, you want a flow within Klaviyo to claim your reviews, and you also want to have that review feed come into your Google Merchant Center via your judge so that you can show those reviews and that star rating on your shopping listings themselves. Real quick one in terms of product availability. Anything that's out of stock, make sure that it's marked out of stock and sold out. If you have in stock and ready to ship on your page, but then it's out of stock, that's a violation. You want to make sure that that's like dynamic to your actual stock itself. You can't just show that and then have something out of stock. It just doesn't make sense. Google's going to flag you for that and ban your account for that. Real quick CRO stuff, check any links that are on your page, especially on the product page to the shopping listing. Google's going to go through all your links and make sure that they're actually linking to where they're meant to be linking to. If there's any discrepancies in there, then it's going to flag you as a scam and you're going to get suspended. So just check all your links. Pricing accuracy is another big thing which hits a lot of e-commerce brands. Any mismatches between the product pages and the checkout lead to abandoned carts and most importantly GMC disapprovals. So you want to check if the listed price matches the checkout price. Ensure discounts apply at checkout accurately. Make sure that the price that's on the page is the same that's in the GMC, and make sure that they're like automatically synced so there's no changes and discrepancies there, because that's a massive flag which will get hit for your Google Merchant Center as well. A lot of those will also get you banned. So you don't want to do that. Next, into branding. This is really low leverage stuff, but the more that you can do, the better to prevent suspensions. Optimize your logo quality and placement. Add in all your brand information within your GMC. You want to verify your URL and business information within GMC. You need to do this in your setup anyway. This is just something that you just do once. Monthly, you want to update your homepage branding, messaging, and visuals. This is for CRO stuff, but also just keeping it up to date, looking fresh is something which is a reputable brand. If you're just using like a default Shopify theme, that's going to be low trust in the customer's eyes. Not only is your performance going to be worse, but in Google's Merchant Center eyes, you're going to look more like a scam. And lastly, another CRO thing, but Google Merchant Center does care about this. Just checking your navigation, checking your hamburger menu, and making sure that there's no broken links. There's direct links to the contact page, home, products, about, return policy, shipping policy, subscription management, all that type of stuff on your website that Google can check, and they will check it automatically with their bots. Some really important stuff here now in terms of shipping information. You want to match your website shipping settings with GMC. This is done within your shipping return section. You should have already set up your shipping policy. It's going to be one of the big flags that Google flags you to do once you're setting up your merchant center. But if this is out of date or out of sync, then it's going to get flagged and you're going to get suspended. So make sure that this is always in sync. If your shipping costs and delivery times change, you want to reflect this within your GMC. We had a problem with this with one of our bigger clients where they changed their shipping stuff. They managed to get their COGS down in terms of the shipping costs, in terms of changing their shipping supplier, but that wasn't reflected within the GMC. There was suspensions. It was down for a week and we had to get it back up. So that's just something that you get hit with. You need to make sure that you're ahead of the game on this one. Luckily, we're able to get it back up immediately because we know what we're doing. You want transparency with a courier service. This is again within your shipping policy. If you use different courier services, whether you use UPS or FedEx or DHL, just make sure that you have that reflective in your shipping policy page as well as in the shipping policy of your GMC. And lastly, this is something that Google does care about, which is your order tracking functionality. Make sure that this works. Your customer service team will be getting hits from this, but you also just want to make sure that the courier has a reflective one themselves. If you use a trusted one, then this is fine, but this is just something to mention in terms of making sure your GMC doesn't get suspended. Moving on to returns and refunds, which is another big thing which Google cares about. You just want a clear step-by-step return instructions put into your return policy section within your GMC, but also reflected on your website. And when you set that up inside of your Google Merchant Center, you need to link to your returns policy page on your website in the first place. If you don't have a returns policy or shipping policy or a terms of service on your website, you will get suspended, guaranteed. So you need this. Refund processing timings is also part of that return stuff as well. Make sure that those are updated monthly. Return periods up to date with the best marketing practices. If you have any outdated return policies, this will confuse customers, increase disputes, which flags Google as a sign of unreliable business. So you just want to make sure that your return policies are the best that you can make them. Test your links. Again, any broken links, Google can't access them, your customers can't access them. Therefore, it's going to lead more likely to a suspension. And every single month, you just want to verify your return address and timing information accuracy, making sure that your customers always have the right information to return your products. Again, Google really cares about this. So they want a good experience for the people that use the platform. If they get scammed through Google, then it's a big red flag for them. Therefore, they have really strict policies in terms of being on GMC. This is just part and parcel of playing the game on there. Next, we have legal compliance. It's just 3 of these. Review and update your terms and conditions on your website. Ensure your privacy policy reflects your current data practices. This will all be default within Shopify in the first place. And then just test all your footer links and make sure that all of the policies are in your footer themselves. So you got your return, you got your about, you got your terms of service, you got your contact us, you got your shipping, you got your subscription management, you got literally everything that you need in your footer, because that's where Google checks all of the links that it needs to be able to verify if you're a trusted brand or not. Next is contact info. Every single month, just verify the physical address of your business is the same one that you're currently in now. Again, any inconsistent details do lead to suspension. Test your customer service phone number functionality. You could have entered one of the numbers in wrong or imported incorrectly. Just make sure that this is fine. If you don't have a customer service number, you kind of need one to run on GMC, unfortunately, or at least a way in which people can easily contact you. Most people default to email, but phone number is actually a really high trust badge there for GMC, so I would consider doing that. Branded email address, don't use a generic one like Gmail. Just make sure that you have the actual domain, like support at your store name. That'll be easy to set up. Just make sure that that's there, set up that once. Cross-check all your contact details across all of Google's platforms and make sure that it's the same across GMC, Google Merchant Center, Google Ads, all of your accounts across Google. Make sure that that's all synced and all the same. We do this for all of our clients. And as I already said, you want to maintain your active SSL certificate across all of your domain. Lastly, a bit of CRO, but also Google really cares about this in terms of the brand and the user experience itself. Test your website loading speed and optimize user navigation paths. If you have a slow website, people are going to bounce off anyway, so you've paid for that click, you've wasted it, and Google will mark you down for having a slower website compared to your competitors in terms of the CPCs that you need to pay. You're going to lose your trusted seller badge in terms of your store ratings, so make sure that you have a really fast page. Update the design of your store, make sure that it's properly branded and official. Don't use default themes, make sure that you have a proper brand design and design language around your brand. High quality, no AI gen stuff, high quality images, clear fonts, etc., etc. Product images and product descriptions are really big in this as well, not only in terms of increasing your conversion rate, but Google cares about how you're displaying the products on your page and if they're congruent with what you're actually showing within the GMC itself. So make sure those are linked up. And then lastly, test all the apps and plugins for proper functionality. If there's any dead apps on your store, it's going to slow your store down. But if there's anything people do actively use and not working, then it's also going to be a flag for the user experience, which is going to flag to Google. Google, which is then going to flag to your GMC, which is then going to get your GMC banned. So I'll do this and all of these things to make sure your GMC doesn't get banned. So as you saw, there's a lot to cover here in terms of your Google Merchant Center and keeping it unsuspended. If you do get suspended, it probably is one of these 34 things which messed you up. Google won't tell you exactly what it is, but if you've got to the end of this video and you've checked out every single thing in this box, you're like, yep, got that, then congratulations, you got a perfect Google Merchant Center account. Again, if you want access to this checklist, it's just here free in our e-commerce Google Ads mastery course. Everything that you need to scale your Google Ads: copywriting, conversion tracking, shopping ads, performance max, YouTube ads, cold search ads, swipe files and bonuses, everything you need to do that. First link in the description. Also, if you want us to set up or scale your e-commerce brand with our cold traffic systems, and click the second link in the description to demandcapture.com. Booking a call there, we'll see if you're a good fit to work with us. And lastly, if you want to learn how to scale your e-commerce brand with YouTube ads, which most brands aren't doing, as well as not having a good GMC, then click this video on screen here. We go for a full case study of exactly how to scale your e-commerce brand with YouTube ads on Google. I'll see you in that video.